Oh, France owned Vietnam. It was a colony. Japan took it when they got a little wild.
Yeah.
And then the United States liberated it.
Okay.
And that was the thing. Ho Chi Minh, the guy who ended up being the leader of the Viet Cong, was like, I love America.
That's right.
He was writing letters to Truman saying like, I love you. Thank you. They were like, Americans are the only free people on earth.
Yes.
These are incredible people. The leader of them loved America.
Yeah.
And then he started, this is the craziest part. So France goes back in after the war and is like, we're taking it back. And America was like, don't do that.
Yeah.
And we were kind of siding with Ho Chi Minh and the Vietnamese. And then France was like, this is the beginning of the Cold War. So France is like, hey, if you guys don't support us, maybe we'll start listening to fucking Russia. And then America was like, all right, we'll fucking help you out.
Damn.
Anyway.
That is interesting. And by the way, speaking of Ho Chi Minh, writing letters to Truman, all those letters were redacted and till 1970 something.
And half of them Truman never got because the Secret Service was like,
wow,
he doesn't need to see these. Yeah.
You know, when you disperse power in that way, everybody goes, I'll take this part. And they're all just like,
and because of the Cold War, the Secret Service and the CIA were like, this is more important. Like the CIA versus the KGB in Russia and the Soviet Union, that became the two superpowers.
Yeah.
And they were doing stuff like undermining the fucking president to be like, the war against Russia is more. I mean, I don't like Vietnam because of how frustrating and stupid it is.
Well, but first of all, the CIA, when you think about it, their whole thing was the Cold War first. So all the drug dealing that happened in the 70s and 80s was again from every cartel. The CIA, when they're like, okay, CIA, they would stop the DEA from doing their job all the time because they're like, the Cold War, these are anti-communists, but they're the heads of the cartels, but they're anti-communists, and that was their priority. So they made that choice, and I'm sure the president didn't want to make the choice, whoever it was during all those times, but that was the choice they always made.
Damn, then they did the Just Say No like 10 years later. And like, come on, guys, don't do drugs.
Just say no. But even Just Say No, so they were still telling the DEA, back off this guy, back off that guy.
Oh, it's so funny.
Because they were saying, look, we think communism is a greater threat. Still in the late 80s. It's crazy.
They were right. We got a tiny taste of it here, and it's pretty annoying.
Communism does fucking blow.
Good point.
Very chivalrous.
So they wanted Nixon out because he was trying to chill out on the Cold War.
Well, he was befriending the communists.
Yeah.
And the Hawks and the CIA and the Department of Defense hated the communists.
Nixon's always portrayed in like modern, every movie's in, he's like a war hawk. Like, he's always like, we need to nuke them now.
Yeah. Well,
meanwhile, he was trying to de-escalate.
Yes, big time. And he even told the Soviets that he was willing to relinquish Vietnam.
Didn't it end under his administration?
Yeah, Vietnam War?
Yeah.
I mean, he bombed the shit out of the Vietnamese before he did that.
He gave that a shot.
And Nixon got in trouble when he was vice president because people said he was doing graft, that he was taking money. Already, when he was a young... First of all, he was a senator and he was a pinko hating. Like he started...
was he in California?
He started the whole Red Scare.
Yeah.
And he went after a lady who was a local beloved politician. And he called her the Pink Lady. It's the first time that they started this thing of pinkos, communists being pinkos. And she went on to star in the Beverly Hillbillies. She's the banker's assistant. I don't know if you ever watched that show, the Beverly Hillbillies.
No, I vaguely remember the intro.
She was like one of the stars of the Beverly Hillbillies. He called her the Pink Lady.
But wait, so Pinko comes from Pink Lady?
Yeah, he started this Pinko thing, and he called it the Pink Lady. And he hated the communists. And there's a famous picture of him looking at a piece of microfilm that it was supposed to be documents that he found that were being stolen by communists. And and they killed the Rosenbergs.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
But they had it coming.
What?
No,
they didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything?
They didn't do anything.
Wait a minute.
When the Cold War started to lift.
Anytime someone dies
when the Cold War started to lift, the KGB said, by the way, the Rosenbergs, never heard of them. Like they gave us nothing. There was a giant red herring. We killed a married couple with children who didn't do anything ever.
They blamed the Rosenbergs for nuclear secrets, right?
Yes.
But they didn't do that.
No. And that's all. Nixon was really into that shit. There's the two things I remember that were like national events. I remember Walter Cronkite saying that America and Russia had just done something called Apollo-Soyuz. we had the Apollo spacecraft going around, and they had Soyuz capsules. And one night they met, like they saw each other. It was an accident. And they thought, what if we could dock? So they went home and they started this project, Let's Dock. This is back in the 70s, in the middle of the Cold War. So they built a dock, and they had to do it together.
Yeah.
The Russian and the American space program. And then they went up in 2 separate rockets, found each other in the middle of space, and docked, and then drank vodka and shook hands and hung out.
Christ.
And Walter Cronkite told me I was the only one up watching TV, and he said, if the Apollo Soyuz capsules are flying over North America, and if it's clear where you are in the Northeast, if you look up, you might see them passing overhead. And I went outside and I laid on my on the grass for hours, and he said it would be a red light and a white light blinking together. And
you
I
see
saw
it?
Saw it.
Oh man!
So that, and watching Nixon resign.
How pumped were you?
With the Apollo Soyuz thing, I mean, still,
Yeah.
it lives for me. And Nixon's resignation was just like a depressing, destroying, sad, fucked up thing. It was just like, what now? So Reagan, I mean, there's so much about Reagan. For fuck's sake, he 2 terms, and George Bush was his vice president.
Cold War.
Mr. Gorbachev, take down this wall.
Yes.
And he called the
Gipper.
Soviet Union the evil empire.
Yeah.
And then there was that crazy, when they went to Reykjavik, like they got really close. He did have an obsession with bringing down the proliferation of nuclear weapons. It was something that he cared about. And so they had a treaty. They had a shot at a treaty. And they flew to Reykjavik, Iceland, the 2 of them. And it was this exciting time where there might be this treaty signed. And then there was this awful midnight footage, which you can also see, of the 2 of them leaving at the same time. And Reagan's going, nah. And Gorbachev's going like, what do you want from me? Reagan's going, no, man, no fucking way. And they get in their cars and they leave. And it was like, shit.
Yeah.
It was scary.
We're going to keep nukes.
And it looked like something worse might happen. But Gorbachev was an interesting dude, Something interesting was going on there, different from the other guys.
Yeah. It's good we're predicting the future right now.
This guy did it.
With all my fucking
Dude,
I rewatched the last episode of Adam Curtis this week. I know all about this stuff.
Exactly, dude. I read this one book, and at least now I was able to go like, oh, I've like heard stuff like that. But what he was saying, after World War II, Europe was just in shambles. Russia was like, well, we'll be king of the shambles, and we'll run Europe, and we'll get like access to Europe's kind of like farm, all this other stuff. And America was like, we can't have that. So that was the Cold War. And then once the Soviet Union collapsed, the Soviet Union kept that like weird no man's land of Eastern Europe into the Middle East in check. Yeah, kept them in check.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't bust it. Because that was all dudes from like old civilizations who would be like, the Phoenicians will rise. Like, there were all these weird old civilizations like, we got to fucking rise again. But Russia would be like, not right now, guys, stop. Yeah. As soon as Russia fell, because we had been training the Afghan, the Afghani guys the whole time Russia fell, and then they were like, oh shit, this is up for grabs now. So it's been a nonstop domino. People were like, oh shit, they collapsed, up for grabs. Yeah, pretty tight. Yeah, and just the whole place. Apparently, I didn't know that after the Cold War, that stretch of like the Balkans, just fucking erupted. It was that was like Kosovo and all that shit when we were little. Yes, I didn't know about that. I mean, I heard about it, but that's where it came from. Of course, I didn't know this.
This is how history works.
I knew this is how it would go.
You can literally, it keeps going.
It's crazy.
You can blame the way things are right now is from the American Civil War.
Dude, and that's
things that happened then.
Yeah,
things that happened, and that happened because of the revolution. That happened because
it's crazy.
Every single thing you can.
It's pretty tight.
The way things are now is because of the Haitian Revolution. That's how history works.
It was nuts. It's wild. Man. It was really nuts.
That's why I'm such a big fan of it. I say, "Wow, what a great subject."
Wow, but the funny
when I was a young boy in 5th grade, I said, "Wow, what a great subject."
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's. But yeah, the Vietnam thing. I don't know. America loves hating itself.
Yeah,
every one of these docs. I mean, don't get me wrong. We should definitely be like, "What the fuck was Vietnam? We should have never been there. That sucked."
Yeah, for sure.
But, let's not act like we were just over there fucking up the nicest guys on earth.
Yeah.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah, when you put the magnifying glass on anyone, you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. It turns out these guys are up to bad stuff too. And you never know. Here's the thing you never know. It's like, say America didn't totally rise to power. If I think of any other country right now, if they rose to the level of American power, like how bad would
the Soviets won the Cold War?
Yeah, dude. Soviets.
That's
China fucking rose to absolute power. You think for a second.
would love it. He wants it. He begs for it.
Well, Pepsi did this like weird shit where Coca-Cola actually had like values where these other companies or other countries that we'd be fighting would be like, yo, we want to bring Coca-Cola into our country, and Coke would be like, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah.
Pepsi would keep swooping in and just selling to our enemies. So Pepsi was selling to I think the Russians during like the Cold War.
What the fuck?
Before the wall fell. So Pepsi was in there just slanging Pepsi to the enemy.
Yeah.
And then Coca-Cola, they could never beat Coke. So then they're like, fuck yeah, we're selling to Russia. They were selling to like just other places we were fighting. And then when the wall finally fell, dudes came out of that side of Germany where there was Pepsi.
It's Coca-Cola time.
They started snagging ice cold Coca-Colas, and Pepsi was just like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?"
Yeah.
One of the Russian generals, he tasted Coke. He's like, "It's just better than Pepsi." He's one of the communist guys. He was having it shipped discreetly during like when they were talking peace out or doing peace talks. He had little kegs of Coca-Cola sent to him. He was just like pulling up and fucking sipping it quietly at his desk.
Polar bear, dude.
It was illegal.
He was one of those polar bears.
It was illegal.
He was getting trapped in barbed wire on the Berlin Wall.
They had it in like their shitty fountain sodas, and then the country itself, I think they started selling it to like Muslim countries too, even as soon as like almost like the Baghdad stuff. I could be wrong, but it was like they were selling it to this one Muslim country, and the Muslim country just fucking like saw it start taking off, didn't pay Pepsi, and then made their own type of Pepsi and fucked them. And Pepsi stays getting fucked over. Coke was going, nah, bro, we will not sell to the enemy. Kind of makes you like Coca-Cola a little bit.
I love Coca-Cola. I'm very anti-Pepsi.
I preferred the taste of Pepsi. Now I know they're
Really?
traitorous. Now it's just Coca-Cola.
I've always preferred Coca-Cola.
Ah, man, I wish. Wild cherry Pepsi.
Now you're talking a little bit of my language.
But it was so funny.
You're
Pepsi.
not wrong there.
Like conspiracy theories run rampant in the black community. Apparently, Russia, allegedly, Russia started they get like, black people and like, giving AIDS to black people. Russia apparently started that conspiracy.
Damn, that's got to be such a fucking nice tool for Russia to have. Like you're in the Cold War and you're like, let's get these black people fired the fuck up, dude. America's got to fucking shut up and listen to them.
Well, apparently that was a guy defected. One of the Russian guys defected, and they were saying like all the informational war. That's what I think we're getting crushed in right now. Of like, you know, you get a news thing like, well, maybe if we were more like China, we'd be better off.
That shit's crazy.
But dude, apparently a Russian
I thought you
operative.
liked China.
I don't like China.
A Russian operative was like, they're like, so what kind of like stuff did you do? He's like, you know, like the black people and AIDS thing. He's like, yeah, we did. We started that. He's like, yeah, that was us.
Nice.
We started that.
That's a funny thing to be like, oh yeah, that one.
Well, they look for dissent among groups, and then they'll just go and just fire it up. You know,
Pick at
however
it.
they can. Yeah.
Oh, here's an interesting fact.
Go ahead.
I've been spewing a lot that I think might be wrong.
There's no such thing as
SEAL Team 6 was our first SEAL team.
What?
And it was during the Cold War, so we were like, what, SEAL Team number 6? We got a bunch of these motherfuckers. This is only number 6.
You guys don't even know.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So
that's the level of like deep state that we're talking about.
Well,
It's not
apparently
like it's
Trump
that
did 19,
complicated.
or like a year ago, Trump had done 19 in Africa.
19 SEAL.
SEAL teams
He
did 19 SEAL
deployed
operators. SEAL
in
team.
Africa.
Yeah, in Africa. Yeah.
That's because the Chinese
they're
are
fighting
taking
the
over.
Chi-Coms.
Chi-Coms, yeah.
You know what's crazy, and I hate to break it to all the listeners, but we're at war with China.
Really?
Yeah. The difference between Apollo 1 and Apollo 13 was like, or the difference between Apollo 1 and Apollo 11 was not that long. Maybe like a year and a half.
Okay.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, it's really weird.
So like Neil Armstrong watched his boys die in a fucking, they burned
was
to death.
Apollo 1 the Challenger?
No, Apollo 1 was like,
Oh, they were the guys. Okay, that's the David Bowie song.
yeah, I mean, dude, hopefully Shane knows. I bet
You know the
Shane
Apollos?
knows this shit, dude.
No, I don't know shit about the
Ah,
Apollos.
fuck. But anyway,
So he
Operation
watched them
Paperclip.
burn to death, and he popped
dude, in the
on.
movie First Man, he watches them burn to death, and he has to go up like 8 months later. But in our heads,
Jesus Christ.
when you say like Apollo 11 and Apollo 13, we're imagining like years are going by. Dude, it's like weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah. They ran the space program like boom, boom, boom. We were in an intense Cold War with Russia, and then we were spending half the GDP on space.
That's actually something I can get behind.
And when they keep all the
I just
conspiracy,
got in a fight about that. Sorry.
all the conspiracy theorists are like, why don't we go back to space? It's like, dude, we used to spend half the GDP on it. It's like, if we did that now, we could go to the moon. But it's like,
What the fuck are we gonna do up there?
Yeah,
well, I think that's
kick
the
rocks.
argument. Yeah, that's the
fun up
argument.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited. They should let these billionaires figure out the space travel.
Oh yeah, the Israelis just sent up something with the
Dude, the most-
tardigrades on it, and the thing survived on the moon. You ever see those little bad boys? The
What
little
did they put up
bears? Tardigrades.
What is that?
They're like
Yeah,
the
it's a really
smallest.
small organism.
Yeah. They can live on the
Really?
moon. They live on the moon. They're like, that's the
I'm glad
origin
that
of life. Yeah.
I'm glad that
It's a
got
real
stepped
small
on.
dude. Jesus Christ.
What are they
sun's
called?
so cold up here.
Oh, God.
Can I get a scoop out?
But dude, I've been Cold Warring with Bay. we're in a Cold War status of just like, fine, it's nothing. It's not, dude. It was
a Cold
like,
War.
dude, it was like 2 weeks, bro.
You got to set up a proxy war and pay for someone to fight her.
Oh,
That's like your Afghanistan or Vietnam.
that wouldn't be bad, dude.
Yeah.
The Cold War fights might be worse than just like full out arguments. Of just being like, I did say that, and what I would like to do, dude.
Yeah, you
it's
gotta
the most
keep
like
your-
emotionally draining thing in the world.
Oh God, it's the fucking worst,
We were
dude.
Cold War. We settled, we settled the war, but it
A
was
hot
like,
war is what you need. You need an absolute just.
I gotta go back to
Total war.
I gotta go back to breaking shit.
You need to bomb the people that aren't even there. You need to bomb her home front. You need to be like, yeah, well, your mom's a bitch. You know what I mean? You need to take shots at civilians, non-belligerents.
Yeah, just be like, look, I'm very happy. This is very nice,
Yeah.
but if you could do one thing for me, and underneath it, you're like, yeah, Cold War is the fucking worst. I will say, dude, while Cold War,
A lot of espionage,
big time,
checking in on her, see what that, just
big time.
looking in the room at her.
Watching someone half do the dishes and be like, interesting. I thought we had to do those. Right back, be like, all right, didn't do the dishes.
Yep.
I do want to start recording. I think that would be really nice. Taking audio recordings,
Of your fights?
starting one, yeah, false flagging, starting one, and then it's like, because if I know I'm on tape, I can keep it so cool. I mean, I'm not gonna do this, obviously. It'd be a
Yeah,
disaster,
dude,
but-
this is crazy.
Like after wars, we just go, no, you're good. We'll build your nation. We built Europe, dude.
True. Yeah, I was just reading
Yeah,
about.
after World War II.
After
yeah,
World War II, we
built
were
Europe.
like, we got into World War II late,
Yeah,
and we ended up building Europe
yeah. It's crazy.
afterwards. Think about that kind of debt. Like, yo, you guys are fighting a war. I'm just hanging back. Like, you guys are fighting. I'm hanging back. It's costing you guys a fortune. Then at the end, I get punched. I step in, and I'm like, all right, I'll fix this. I'll build you guys' countries back up. You guys owe me forever.
True.
That's exponential. That's like shit that doesn't even like.
Why'd they do that?
Why did we build Europe
Yeah,
back up?
'cause
I
I
mean, we
guess-
were all
So it was either us or the
Europeans.
Soviets.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that's why like Berlin was such like there was like an arms race of basically like who's doing it better, East Berlin and West Berlin. So we were putting up like fucking McDonald's and Coca-Cola and all that shit. I mean, not McDonald's at the time, but like shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. What were
And
they
the Soviet
slanging up?
side, nothing.
I would hope if I was at war, the leader of my country would go on a podcast like, "Oh no, dude, I don't want to seem gay," and like ask for shit.
Dude, I didn't want to fucking come here and fucking like hat in hand and fucking ask for shit, but like, dude,
For real.
Russia's invading us for real. Help!
So it was a good interview.
It was good.
So was Putin's interview was good. I watched Putin.
Putin
with
held it down.
Who did he do it on?
He
Tucker
did
Carlson.
Tuck and hit him with a fucking history lesson for an hour up front.
It was pretty good.
Starting with fucking in the year 300, the Muskovs
Yeah.
invaded the fucking.
You got
Ottoman.
deep into that like Russian, like
Yeah.
original Russian man shit.
It's
And
almost
it's kind of
trying to bring
compelling.
that
You're like,
back.
damn, dude, that guy does remind me of myself. I am basically a fucking barbarian out on the
yeah,
fucking
I'm kind of a
plains.
fucking sick barbarian.
He's just
Nah,
like,
I
Putin
think
was just
about
like, hey, I never agreed to the Cold War ending. We were of the generation that were like, that sucked. We're not done.
Yeah.
We're coming back strong.
Yeah,
But see, that's the thing about him. I don't think in the beginning, he was saying he was for joining NATO. He was pro West. And then the West kind of like shunned him.
That's what Cuba did.
And then
they're trying to be boys. Yeah, he said I was trying to be boys.
it's like, bro, can we just be boys?
I know. Can we
Shouldn't
let
have
bygones?
invaded Ukraine though. That's fucking bullshit, dude. That's cheap that's a cheap shot.
What would you do if someone you try to be boys with was like, yeah, later, loser?
You
might get aggressive.
I'd suck a punch. I would
You
invade.
pick the weakest one of his friends. Like, come
Yeah,
here, you little
yeah,
pussy.
yeah.
You think you're so fucking cool? You hanging out with them?
Yeah.
You're so fucking different now.
Ukraine did change, bro.
They're so different, dude.
They're different than they used to be. And that might have been our fault.
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
that's all they say,
Yeah,
right?
we
They were
did
just
that.
putting in like
Yeah,
pro West people
Yeah.
right at his door.
we did.
Yeah.
For sure.
And he's like, I just told you don't. And they're like, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, the whole time. It's to me what I've seen, and I'm an idiot,
I'm gonna come.
is don't come.
Don't come.
I'm gonna come. Was basically every single time from 1950, we've been like, what are you gonna fucking do about it, Russia? Until after the Cold War, we're still like, yeah, right, bitch. What are you gonna do?
I know.
What are you
Taking
gonna
little tiny
fucking
shots.
do about it?
They did have enough.
And they finally said that we've had enough.
I heard they were
Take
trying.
Kiev. We're like, don't take fucking Kiev. We love Kiev.
Don't take Kiev. We love it.
Fucking there. It is weird how we need to have them completely smothered
We gotta smother them, dude.
at all times.
Smother Russia.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. We can just create superstar countries now.
Ukraine's a superstar right now. Zelensky, we created a fucking beast.
Yeah, true. What's the plan though? So we're gonna get those guys like tons of weapons and like
Yeah.
they'll just I guess so.
And then
Yeah.
they'll definitely be chill once they get a bunch of modern weapons.
be
That's
fine.
never backfired ever. We've never created ISIS.
So we're really just gonna withstand the assault and then build like a proper like missiling system that's locked into Russia from literally 40
Yeah.
feet away.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's
devastating.
what we're
honestly.
doing. That's what we've done all along Russia's border.
Yeah, but Ukraine's like isn't correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it like a 45-minute drive from like the capital of Ukraine right into like a city in
It
Russia?
borders Russia.
It's close.
Obviously
right?
now it really borders Russia.
Yeah.
They border each other. Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty devastating. If we just
Yeah.
get those missiles set up, it's just like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, we did that. I think we did it in the Baltic, or not the Baltic, like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. We're doing it. We're setting up. But you were telling me I think they didn't bring missiles to Cuba. I think they just brought their Navy. Russia's Navy went down to Cuba.
Really?
A little show of force.
Just showed up, parked.
Yeah,
pulled
they
up
said,
the
yo,
parking lot pimp down there.
just so you know, we can get close to you guys too. It's not
Damn.
cool, is it?
True.
We spazzed when they set up nukes in Cuba.
Yeah.
Although I don't think we're setting up nukes bordering them.
Yeah, dude. Hopefully we have one of those at the end of the fight. Like, yo, just kidding, dude. You're fucking.
I think that's where this heads.
That'd be cool.
Hopefully.
That would be cool.
We should really try to have peace with Russia and China.
Build up Ukraine to the point where we tell Russia, like, yo, you guys, we can do this too.
Yeah.
You guys want to do this? Let's all get down.
Can we not do
And at the end of it, just feed Ukraine right to Russia. But yeah, sorry guys, get your.
yeah, you guys are Russian. So wait, why can't we be friends with Russia?
With Russia.
Yeah. I don't understand why we can't just be
I think
friends.
we should. I think we can be. I think
I
we.
think it's
you know,
important.
what?
I think it's very important.
Yeah, I think it's really important too. And that's they lost the Cold War.
Yeah.
And the most important diplomat in modern American history is a guy called George Kennan, and he's the architect of the containment policy after World War II. And he said, in 1996, 1997, when the Clinton administration began extending NATO to the east, to putting it in all these former Soviet bloc countries, he said, you can't do that. You're treating Russia like the enemy, and it is going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're going to turn them into the enemy, because if you treat them that way, they're going to have to arm and they're going to have to defend themselves. We should be inviting them into the market. We should be inviting them into, Western life. And I think we lost a big opportunity there. And I'm not saying Putin is a good guy, because he isn't, but the Russian people like us, and
Yeah, they love our culture.
Yeah.
I truly don't understand it.
You can do it. It's back in.
I wrote it
about it.
in a group of liberals. You can say we should fucking nuke Russia.
Yeah, before they
And
get
they'd be
us.
like, yeah, definitely.
Really?
Now you can.
We
yeah.
read the New York Times. Yes, we should nuke Russia.
Yeah, you can do it again.
Good call. No, so, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
You'd hate Russians.
I miss it.
Being able to just hate a country.
Well, it was like just knowing
does rule.
where your fears were and identifiably where they were.
Yeah.
Like it was the Cold War. It was us versus them, not us versus like these guys and these guys, and these guys hate us also, and then
Our own government.
and it was like, oh, and your only fear really was like nuclear annihilation.
I'm not scared of it at all. I don't know why. It fails to get me.
I mean, I guess because it's such a. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because then the world's over.
Well, nuclear
Yeah, but
power,
wouldn't you
turns
rather that than just you?
will turn you right into energy.
I hear
It'll
you.
turn your solid
This
matter
is
right into
fucking-
energy.
Hold on. This is the most selfish take
What?
of all
What?
time.
Let me hear it.
And I have it too, a little. Fuck yeah. Like, it's like, well, if I die, fuck it. I hope it's the world ends. I don't want people to have fun when I'm gone. It's such a greedy. He's got kids, dude. He's got kids.
I want them to know it too.
He wants them
Listen,
out.
listen. When I die, they die also.
Yeah, you going?
No,
You're
because
going King Tut.
You're like an
dude.
Egyptian king, yeah.
I can't love them if I'm dead. So I want them dead also.
Fair.
You sound like a lady that puts her kids in the lake. You know what I mean? This is fucking. That's a wild statement. Hit him with the nuke, and we're like, "Yo, chill." And they were like, "All right, we surrender." And then we hit him with another one. We're like, "You better fucking stop. Make VCRs."
Well, the other one was like, sorry, we got to test this other one out.
Well, the other one again. I've said it before. The other one was like at Russia. He was like, "You guys better fucking chill too. We got a bunch of these, dude." We looked at them in the eyes and we're like, "You see what we're doing to these dudes? You better calm down."
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's The Cold War was just a continuation of that.
Of being like, yeah, we'll fucking do nukes.
Yeah.
You want to do nukes?
We were allies, but then as soon as everybody got defeated and there were two empires there, it was just like, all right, well, we got to fight you now.
Yeah.
Just
Tell you
load some
what,
coffee in there.
My lady's been getting rained down upon with Bud Light farts. Every morning, just.
This is the best thing about sharing a hotel room with another grown man in the morning.
Uncork
We had a
hell.
little. We were uncorking in the morning. It was nuts.
Yeah,
I was being polite. I let
the
out
morning
like
blowout, the dual blowout, two dudes hitting the blowout.
I let out pretty politely. Then Sid fucking fired back.
Sid fired.
Letting me know. I was like, oh, okay, we can do that.
It's on.
I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, there was
he
a bit of a
uncorked-
Cold War. There was some proxy farts, and then finally someone was like, "I'm all in."
He uncorked. He dropped the big one. He dropped the Moab, dude. Instant. I let out like a little like, is this cool? Like a little like, are we
Yeah,
doing
we allowed
this?
to fart.
And he was just like,
It's wild. But anyway,
It's awesome.
Reached over after my final crumb, and there were no tissue. I finished the tissues, and I went up there today, and there was a new box of tissues.
Mommy
mom-
resupplied them, dude.
My mom reloaded for me.
Well, she's probably been backed up. She probably knew your tissue routine, so she was like, "All right, it's been 3 days. She needs a new box of tissues."
I couldn't believe it, dude. I saw a new box of tissues in there, and I was just like, "Ew."
That's such a good mommy, dude. She resupplied you.
It's a disgusting thing.
That's so good of her, dude. To be like, "Oh, Shane's out of bedroom tissues."
I genuinely believe she probably did it to shame me.
That box was undisturbed for like a
To be
year.
like, I noticed there was an empty tissue box in your room. You're weird.
That's fucking awesome.
That's brutal. It's a
Go
tough
through the
one.
next
now
one
that
as
I,
fast
now that
as
I've
you can.
verbalized it, yeah, true. I should throw it out tonight. Just
You have
take
a
all the
cold,
tissues
you have a
out.
Cold War, dude, and just see at the point where she'll just be like, Shane, what's going on?
Can I crash my mom's tissue economy? It is a Cold War. We need to see if I can jizz long enough to disrupt the tissue economy of my communist mother.
Dude,
but yeah,
too fucking
come
funny.
to yeah. Now that I brought it up, I actually feel
Weird.
embarrassed.
Why do you
Yeah.
feel embarrassed, dude? You know,
Not embarrassed, but
good mommy. Yeah,
stop,
what?
stop calling her mommy when you're talking about my cum, dude. Hey guys, like and subscribe to this video. I'm a fucking YouTuber. I'm a grown man that's a YouTuber because I'm a dumb motherfucker. Click here if you like the content. Peace out.